dashboard is here. So I want the main reason I wanted to pause the buy is I wanted to be sure that you guys and us that we felt that we were doing the best, given that now I think this is officially 1 week that we, all right, is it 1 week pretty much that we are doing advertising?
It's around like 10 days because we started on around the 14th.
Okay, okay. So 10 days. I also saw the dashboard and I didn't understand everything in the dashboard and how it relates to what we're seeing on YouTube. So I wanted to talk to you about that as well. Um, and so I have a variety of things. Let me share with you a couple of things that we've done before and how I wouldn't want to do some of that the same way just because I learned that lesson, or because this is a different project. So to recap, our main objective right now is to put at fast speed as much as possible, growing the number of subscribers on our YouTube channel. That is our first, second, and third mission of every dollar that we spend. Now, number four, five, and six is sure, if we can grow our Instagram and TikTok channel, especially, that would be awesome. What we have noticed, this is what we've observed from seeing our competitors. And Javier, are you in Nicaragua too, or what part of the world are you in?
Yes, I'm in Nicaragua as
Okay,
well.
okay, cool. We're all in Miami, except for Robert, who is in, él presentemente está en Chicago, but he's in Puerto Rico normally. And then Rame is in Miami here with me. Él es colombiano, Rame, yo soy cubano americano, y Roberto es part Puerto Rican. So we have a good mix here of the United Nations. I just wanted to tell you that. Pero,
Oh, thank you so much.
yeah.
I
So,
wanted one thing. We spent about what, $4,000 or $5,000 at this point, and it hasn't generated.
Robert, don't get ahead of the
Am I getting
process.
ahead?
We're gonna,
Sorry,
we're
trying
gonna,
to cut to the chase. See why?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, first of all, we have not had this time before. We had not asked for it before, so this is why I wanted to pause the campaign and give us an opportunity to improve. Because we always knew that, you don't just launch something. Obviously, you continue to stay on top of it, improve it, and refine it. We've done that with the other campaigns that we've done over the past year and a half with EKN all the time. So this is a normal process. This is not like a Supreme Court case. This is just like, hey, how do we do everything better? So, um, I forgot what was I saying? Oh yeah. So our objective is to grow our subscribers for YouTube as fast as possible. What we have observed is that media companies that are established in Ecuador, in Chile, in Latin America, when they play in this space of YouTube or Facebook, indudablemente, the origin of that company gives them an opportunity to be seen and get fans faster, organically, and maybe not organically alone, than when a company appears to have been originated in the United States and has a channel on Facebook and YouTube. I have noticed this too many times to ignore that this seems to be a rule, an unwritten rule, right? That YouTube and Facebook premian que los registrants are from Latin America. Why do I mention this to you? Because we should think in the long term, okay? And this next week we will learn more, right? Is there any trick or tip that we can have as we continue to advertise on YouTube and Facebook that might be related to the fact that we just show up that we're from Miami, right? Because I can tell you without a doubt, cuando, let's say people en español, por ejemplo, and I have this as a frame of reference. People en español on their Facebook, they have like 4 or 5 million fans. Cuando people en español publica algo on people en español Facebook, tiene muy pocos followers, muy pocos views, muy pocos video views or engagement. It's super bad. And it's not bad, it's not stories that are different than if people in Espanol were in Mexico or in Nicaragua or Ecuador or whatever. Those pages lo premian like crazy, like crazy, like crazy. So I just wanted you to know that we know that that's a little bit of something that might be that we might be dealing with in our buys, donde nos premias menos si somos gringos, como perciben que somos gringos what we're promoting, y donde el origen de esa cuenta es, versus if you have been doing these buys for us and we're based in Nicaragua or Ecuador or whatever, without a doubt, I have a feeling that that some of the results would be much stronger organically. I'm just putting that out there. Okay, so that's one thought. Another thought that I had is that we have a YouTube account que se llama Nuestros Stories. El año pasado, we did a buy. We did a variety of buys ourselves, and we placed. I think it was like over 2 months. I think we placed like $15,000 to grow that account and to promote certain video views for a podcast series. And when we put that we wanted our objective to grow the account, independent of where those views came from, if they were from the United States or Latin America, we got tons of followers, subscribers that were from Latin America. So we know that the game is a little bit easier to get fans when it's Latin America because I've already told you the anecdote of our account that I do an analysis of our YouTube channel, but I know a lot of our followers are from Latin America, right? For nuestras stories. And it's a challenge for us to pursue a marketplace of more English language Latinos or in general people that we're not emphasizing the culture, we're just emphasizing the story because it's in English. So that's a second thing to keep in mind. The third part is the reality. The majority of the stories that are currently on YouTube are in Spanish, right? We have not given you guys enough stories that are in English. I think right now, how many stories do we have, Rame, that are in English? Is it three or four?
Right now we have Amor Loco, that's one, Valentine's Day is two, and Ride or Die will be three that we're posting today.
Three. And how many do we have that are in Spanish?
12.
12, right? So why do I mention that? Because maybe we have to adjust part of our strategy as well to give more preference to our English language ones. Let's do that as a potential experiment for the next week versus our Spanish one. We put some on Spanish, pero let's definitely focus on our English as well. Now, the Spanish one is higher likelihood to get followers, I think. I'm not sure. We have to look at the analysis. But it looks to me like in Spanish, it's easier to get followers on YouTube than it is in English. So we met on Monday with a guy who has a company that he was este señor era hace until 5 years ago he was the head of U.S. Hispanic and Multicultural for YouTube. Um, so imagínate, he's got great authority on this. And he told us that on average, per new follower, per new subscriber on YouTube, we should be averaging about $1 per dollar. That was more or less anything better than that would be good. But that more or less we should try to get about a dollar per dollar. I mean, a subscriber per dollar. I would like to improve that, of course. But right now, I don't know what the amount is that we would be mathematically getting per dollar on YouTube. I don't think we have gotten many followers from our advertising by to now, and I'd like to know what we are doing in terms of the per dollar average of acquiring a follower that we can attribute to our current campaign on YouTube. or yeah, on YouTube primarily. So that's another thought that I had for you. And then let me see, is there anything else I wanted to share with you before Rame asks a couple other questions or Robert? Um, Big question. We will have another English language story next week. And every week, by the way, we will have more English language stories. We're trying to accelerate the pace of those English language stories. Should we go a little slower in our spend now, so that we have the platform have a bigger balance, and then go faster once there's a bigger balance? This is a question for you guys as the specialists, right? Or should we maintain the current spend? I don't know. I'm asking that question. This is for you guys to answer in a minute as one of the questions. Robert, why don't you go next and then Robert last?
My questions are more geared towards the dashboard, just so we know how to be able to maneuver around everything. And I just wanted to know, what have you seen that is working properly as far as the prompts that
Put the
you're
dashboard
using,
up.
and descriptions, or if the videos, if you see that one performs better than the other, so we know what the audience is just responding to better.
Yeah, and I do want to pop up in our screen the dashboard so that we know that what we're looking at, we understand. So I want to do that as one of the important things on this call. The final question that I have for you, I know I asked you a bunch of questions to answer, is are are you doing the buys um on YouTube at least? Are they Can we see those buys on our YouTube channel? Are we paying? Also, another question is, I'm sorry, I have two or three questions related to this. So, for example, I'm sorry, let me see if I can express it best. When we're buying on YouTube, are we buying at the rate that you're given, or are you guys marking it up as part of the cost, right, of the amount that we have there? Because obviously we're buying this internally. So, because this is a part of a Numatec investment, right? So, for example, when we buy Facebook or something outside of this conversation, we're paying directly to Facebook and we're saying, put it on our credit card and charge us whatever CPM, right? We have a certain number. Are you guys, what we're seeing in that mathematical expression of how much has been spent, does that include Numatech having a markup, or is that the actual cost? So that's number one. And then the final question is, what we're doing on YouTube, is it the equivalent of boosting from the account, or is it buying it from a third party platform? And so anyways, we asked you a lot of questions, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to, and I can put the dashboard up, by the way, on my screen if you want, or I can let you do it if you want to do that, as you answer some of these questions. I've authorized you guys to put the dashboard up if you want. Do you want me to put it up?
No, it's okay. I can pull it up. Don't worry.
Okay. You can put it up or you want me to put it up?
I'll do it.
Okay. So I'm taking notes now. Perdona, let me get my notepad. Okay. Sorry, I had a lot of questions, but we wanted to give you the brief overview.
Yeah. Just let me know if you see my screen.
Yes, I could see your screen.
Okay, just give me a minute. Let me just get this out. So, I'm gonna set this down. Okay, so just to, after we go through all the questions, don't worry, I was taking notes. Just wanted to go general with what we have, the results, and explain to you what this dashboard shows.
Okay.
This is the summary part where you can see here in this chart the daily results, impressions on light blue, the clicks on purple, and the CTR, how it behaves for both platforms, Meta and YouTube. So we include here the summary for both platforms for the video views and the rate. How many of the impressions we made of views were seen overall. The spend that we have, just to answer your questions, this is open cost, this is media cost. It's what we are spending on the platform. It does not include a markup for Numatec.
Okay. So that's hard dollars. Those are hard.
Yes.
Okay.
So when it says the click-through ratio, essentially we're seemingly in good state
Yeah.
at 3.84. It's amazing. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be converting to subscribers. What do you think is holding that back?
Wait,
And
Let's let her go through. We bombarded her with a bunch of stuff. Let's let Javiera take us
I'm
through this,
not going to talk
and
anymore.
then we'll save the questions for the end, please.
I'm done.
Let's just go over generally so you can understand, and then we can go into the specific questions. Don't worry. So this is results for both platforms general. Here you can see for YouTube, remember YouTube, it's like video ads viewings, and Facebook, it's like the file, not the link to the YouTube, what we are seeing. So here we have a split of which videos we have been promoting. The general one is the Minileva TV general trailer, that it's like it is like permanent until you say so. And the ones that we have rotating on and off, Valentine's Day that already is off, that it was posted on March 14th and replaced by Robotic Girlfriend. So the ones that were active until we posted this week was Robotic Girlfriend, Amor Loco Dating Show, and General Trailer. You can see the performance here per platform for each video, which includes the views, which one of these views were people fully played 100% the video, and which of those just played 50%. This is important to know because if people see the whole video, it means you engaged. They got interested, they got to the end of the video and probably click to continue seeing the full episode on the YouTube channel. Then we split it for each platform. When you can see here, CTR is not like the main KPI we should be focusing on because these are videos. It's more like the view rate, which is the thing that it's more important for us, for people to actually see the video, the trailer in this case, and want to go to the full episode in the channel. So overall, we've had over 130,000 views with a view rate of 40%, almost 41, which is not the best. We would like to be above 50, but it's getting closer because we've only been like active for 10 days, like we said before. And here you have the split as well and different completion view rates. People who saw it 25%, 50%, 75%, and all of those who saw it entirely the trailer, which is the one that we had in the ad link. After this, I'm gonna go with you about how the campaign is structured right now, and then we can move forward to what we are proposing and your questions. For Meta, we have exactly the same metrics, the impression, the click, the CTRs, and the views, the engagement for that ad, and the spend for each one of them. So it's pretty simple. You can see different completion rates, which tells you how many people are actually seeing 100% of the video that is in the ad, and the spend and the view rate. So I want to go through, let me just 1 second to pull a file from here. Mm, 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 mm. Share my screen again. So over here, this is our current strategy. YouTube, we have two campaigns. Or maybe, Shayla, you want to go through it and explain more in detail, like she's like our person that implements and manage the campaign and platform.
Sure. Okay. So we have two campaigns per platform in this particular case. I'm gonna start with Google Ads, or in this case, YouTube Ads. So in YouTube Ads, we have two campaigns. One, it's for the general trailer, which main objective is to generate subscribers, more subscribers to the channel, and we're only using the general trailer there. And the second campaign is to generate more video views. So the CTA, or call to action, for the first campaign for the general trailer is subscribe to the channel. And the call to action for the second campaign, which is views, is watch more. Why? Why watch more? Because we're using as an ad one of the trailers, the 10-second, 15-second videos, and then we're directing people towards the full episode, which is the 12 minutes, 15 minutes videos, right? So the video ad in this case for the general trailer has been pretty much static since we started. We have not changed it. It's the same one. But then for the video views campaigns, we have been rotating, as Javiera mentioned, all the videos. Now, we just want to give you a very quick kind of feedback regarding the videos. For the three rotating videos that we have so far, I think the better performer has been Amor Loco. We have you may know that this
The the
Google on
better
Google.
the better performing one, you're saying?
No, I'm sorry, the bottom performer has been Amor Loco. We
Okay.
have great traffic coming from Robotic Girlfriend and Valentine's Day, but we do see that Amor Loco has been the bottom performance. And we also have to take into consideration that Google and also Meta, they do rely a lot on algorithm and artificial intelligence. So pretty much where they see more traffic and stuff like that coming from, that's where they allocate most of the spend. But that's what we have on Google Ads or YouTube Ads, which is what we're running. And then on Meta, we have the same type of campaign. One that's focused on the general trailer that we're using as an ad. And for the general trailer campaign, we have been directing it to the Instagram profile, so you can grow followers.
But
Now,
if I'm
yeah.
sorry, can you take us back to that other view that you had a minute ago? Because I don't understand
Yeah,
something.
do you see it?
No,
Do you see it?
the other screen. The
This one?
no, the dashboard.
Dashboard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So very, very quickly, Sheila, the in on YouTube, and I just want to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly. On YouTube, Amor Loco shows video views rate of 51%, which is much higher than Valentine's Day at 28%. Doesn't
Yeah.
that mean that it's performing better?
Yes, I'm sorry. I got confused with Meta, but on Meta, yeah, we do see, and you can see that Amor Loco it's the bottom performer. But for yes,
Okay.
you,
On YouTube, okay,
yeah,
so on YouTube, it's performing very well. On Meta, it's performing very bad.
it's performing very bad. Yes.
And but also on Meta, the Valentine's Day is not performing that incredibly high. It's everything is performing much better on YouTube. Everything is performing much better on YouTube than it is on Facebook.
Yeah, remember it's the main platform that we are
Yeah.
using and we are directing it was like obvious that it was going to perform better and we are investing more budget in YouTube than Meta.
Okay. No, no,
Sheila, Javiera. Oh, good question. Sorry, go ahead.
no, no. I just wanted to be sure that I was no, because you said it's the bottom performer. I'm like, but the numbers show a different number. It's,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No, I'm sorry about that. But yes, on Meta, you can see that it's like better performer. And they're all like I mentioned, they're all within different ad sets that contains the same video. So when we look at it, it's just all over. Like it's the same across all the ad sets that we have.
So to recap something you said, you're saying that the general trailer on both YouTube and on Facebook is currently the one that's doing the call to action for subscribe.
In this case, on YouTube, it's yes, the call to action, it's subscribe to the channel in this case.
And in the other and in the and on YouTube
And in Facebook, we're using the general trailer to grow your Instagram or Facebook followers.
and what does it show you so far in terms of helping grow Instagram? Because I haven't even asked you about that, but is it helping? Is it working? Do we have any breakdown of that?
Right now, remember we started,
Yeah.
we haven't had like a bunch of subscribers so far. I would like to know if you have access, because we don't have access to the YouTube as admins, only you have that credentials. So YouTube ads show us how many we've have right now, but we don't know how many did you have at the beginning.
Oh
So
no.
like if you have those numbers, it would be great.
We had
So we can.
Javiera, we had, I could probably tell you what day was it that we launched officially, guys? It was
11, if I'm not mistaken.
March 11th. Yeah, we probably had how many, Rami, was it like 120 maybe? But we've also I can tell you this like without a doubt, we ourselves between Rame, Robert, my wife, etc., we've helped get like 120, 130. So it has been minimal number of new subscribers from the
Okay.
dollars that we put.
Okay. So when we first started this campaign, for us, the main KPI was to get more views to the videos.
I got you.
Right now, that's how we set up the campaign because it was how the campaign was, the
Yeah.
strategy was set up. Right now that you are telling me that priority number 1, 2, 3, it's subscribers on YouTube, we can make more switch. So that's why Shayla said we had two types of campaign on YouTube and Meta. One with the general trailer focused on getting subscriber, but it was a smaller budget. And the other one focused on getting more views of the episodes, of the videos that had a larger budget. That was the strategy since the beginning.
So let me ask you a question about that. Because I don't see what I don't understand is that when I go to the YouTube channel of Minivela, and I don't know if I'm looking at it wrong. Rami, could you go? Is that
I
you?
have it here on the screen.
Oh, Javiera. Okay, so por ejemplo, go down to
Look,
Woman
this is
Finds
the
Love.
trailer.
No, not that one. Go to Woman Finds Love. Look at it, only shows 548 views.
Woman finds love. Yeah, the thing is, remember that what we are showing, it's the trailer,
Oh, okay.
not the whole episode.
So the complete, okay, go back to the other screen, the dashboard.
Yeah, that's why the trailer has 97,000 views.
Yes, that's one
Oh,
of the things we want to recommend after this call. Like, I don't know, stop using the trailer. So if we want to improve this view of the full episode.
yes. That's where we should be putting our dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because if you can see, the dating show has almost 100,000 views.
yes. That's what we want to do. We want to put listen, this is great. This is why we're doing this call. This is
Yeah.
exactly it. And I think that we want to be wise about every dollar, want to use it very intelligently for all of our sakes. So yeah,
On that same topic, I do have a question. I see that, so ever since we started the campaigns, it's been 13 days, and from my understanding, we have a budget of $10,000 per month, but we've
Yes.
already allocated and spent $7,000 just 13 days in. Therefore, I just wanted to know the thought behind it. If the strategy was just to start strong, and then what was going to be the strategy moving forward with the remaining days if we meet our cap for the budget for the month sooner than later.
Yeah,
Well, the strategy is to start strong. That's our recommendation as digital experts, because
Okay.
reason number one, this is a new channel. This is a new channel.
yes.
This industry is hard. The bidding is hard because it's on on top. The mini series online and on YouTube are like getting a lot of fuerza. So the bidding within the digital world, it needs to be higher. And if you don't have a platform big enough on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google to channel this ad, we need to grow it. To grow and to achieve that, it requires investment. So that's why our recommendation is to start big. And this is why in half a month for March, we are investing what it was supposed to be for
I
the
agree.
whole month.
I agree with that
Yeah.
strategy. I think that that strategy is 100%. We're in the same boat. I agree. We have to be strong. Also, right now, there's not as many competitors. There will be more later on, so there might be more bidding for that, for those things. So this is where we need to be very, very strong right now. We need to complement that with additional content in English as well to help support you, which we're
Okay, a couple of questions from our end. Right now, we are promoting English episodes besides Robotic Girlfriend, which is Spanish. Our target audience, it's English speaking people or Spanish English people. Right now, the geo target is USA. It's not outside USA. You want to continue that way? You want to change it?
That's a great question, Javiera. I think that we need to we need to consider Spanish language USA. I mean, are you doing Spanish language USA or only English language USA?
Only English language USA. That's
Should be
one of the
both.
things,
It should be
we've
It should
it
be,
Spanish.
should be both.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Especially
perfect.
right now because we've got more Spanish than English. So it would probably resonate better with the Spanish
Yeah.
more
Okay.
inclined
I
audience.
have another question right there along with Javiera. And the question is regarding the language that we use on the ads. Because for Meta, we have something that is called primary text, a headline, a description. And for YouTube, we also have, a small description, a few texts. So that should be also in English.
Yeah. It should be in English for those that are in English. It should be in Spanish for those that are in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, like we have it right now, Shay, because for Robotic Girlfriend, we have the ad copy in Spanish.
By the way, we are gonna do Robotic Girlfriend, the video. It looks like we're gonna get it in English, hopefully today. So we will probably put some dollars behind that the moment we have it in English. Right now it's in Spanish. By the way, are you putting some dollars on the shorts as well?
No, I was looking at this, and when you provide us the link for the trailer, I think it was the shirt.
Oh,
So the views went to the shirt, which is not wrong.
yeah, no, it's not bad. That's fine.
Yeah. But
So
we post everything. So we are targeting only USA and Puerto Rico, right?
the US and Puerto Rico I think is the right thing. I don't know, guys, if you guys think that we should target uh I don't know, guys. What do you think
Well,
about
I feel that for the purpose of the brand, what you really want to show is an American audience. So I think that you're heading in the right direction for that. I just want to also add the implications of having a strong push at the beginning. Within the next 5 to 6 days, you will meet your cap based on the rhythm that we have been going on so far. So the implication would be that you would have to feel comfortable that if, unless you're going to tap into the next month's budget, you will be pretty much without any ads for 10 days. So the momentum and the push that you were having, since you're going to meet your cap of $10,000 within 18 days, because we're already 13 days in and we've spent 7,000 and change. So that means that you're going to reach your $10,000 a lot sooner than later.
No, Abraham. So we're gonna meet the 10,000 between now and the 31st, and then the beginning of April, we start
We
with the other
start again.
$10,000. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're gonna slow down to be able to spread the rest of the budget
Yeah.
from here to the end of the month.
It was
Got it. Okay.
it was prorated because we launched later in the month. That's why.
Got it.
Yeah, the strategy was to 10,000 monthly, and this first month that we started late to put the whole 10,000 in less days.
However,
Okay. Perfect.
I'll put this thought out there. If we needed to, or if we wanted to, if Javiera and Sheila believe that it's something to consider, we can also accelerate the pacing so that it's towards the beginning of the month and go faster and do a little bit more catch up, and then we can slower the end of the month because we need some momentum right now. We need a little bit of.
Yes, yes, and I'm afraid that pausing right now is gonna decelerate us in that learning phase that the
No,
platform was having.
we're gonna turn that back on. No, we're turning back on. I just wanted, like for example, you have told me several important things here that now I'm like, oh no, we should definitely make el ajust. Estos son levers. Okay, we're gonna push and pull. Like, hey, let's put a little bit more here. Just to get to the destination. But I'm glad that we paused it for a couple of days because what you just told me, you know, already
Mm.
making adjustments that are good. These are important adjustments. And
Yeah,
I
so
feel that we get more money out of our YouTube than we're getting from Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, but it's only not translating to subscribers. And
It's the
when we,
other way around, really,
huh?
Danny.
I'm sorry?
We're generating a much better ratio with Facebook than we are with YouTube. We're not seeing any subscribers at all. So the $7,000, the dollar ratio that we've been hearing is non-existent here. It's cost us, maybe we got 10 subscribers, so it's like $700 a subscriber from this.
remember that the only tag ads that we were focusing on getting subscriber were this general trailer and this general video on Facebook.
All right,
The
so
other ones were focused on views on
why?
the
Why would
videos.
we focus it only on views? Who told you to do that?
Yeah,
Rob,
I was under the impression that that was the spreadsheet that we created because we selected subscribers for all the settings.
Subscribers is the thing. I mean, Manny said it, one, two, and three. I mean, how did you get views as
Mm.
a potential KPI that we would want? We want people to view it, but we need them to subscribe to it.
yeah,
Is the commercial not strong enough? I'm wondering, does
it
the
probably
commercial
is.
not
It
bang
probably,
home?
it probably isn't, Robert. It probably isn't. This is why we're pausing. That is why we paused to take inventory and to make sure that we're doing this the best that we can. This is
Okay,
exactly
and the
what it
other
is.
thing I want to throw out, instead of like so much per day concept, like we're talking about here, how we spread that $10,000 out, why don't we put dollars behind a release? So, for instance, you've got, I don't know, Cholita coming up. Let's put $3,000 behind Cholita and kick ass with that. I mean, because that's one of our, important videos.
Cholita is not till May, Robert.
I know, but I said as an example. So, for instance, in the month of April, what do we have? We have Ride and Die. We have the second one, Snitch and Die, and we'll have maybe a third one. So we should. What my point is to focus campaigns on the releases.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. But these are
Be
all.
able to see immediately whether or not it's resonating. In other words, are people seeing the whole thing? Do they care? If they aren't, after a few days, we switch to the next campaign. and
Yeah,
we go to the one that's actually resonating.
that's what we're doing right now. That's why um,
See any subscribers, so we can't be doing this right now.
that's what we're doing right now. So it's kind of like it's a challenge, right? Because on the one hand, when people see that there's views behind a video, they want to see it. When they see that there's 200 views, they don't want to see it. So it's like how do you divide the child in half, right? Like so I think that the potential answer is that we devote half of the dollars to subscribers and the other half, whatever, however it's spread out, to views. And the views should be for the specific episodes, very little to the trailers, to the general trailer that we have right now. This is what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rame and Robert, if you think that that's good, but
I
we need
think we get
views.
rid of the trailers really at this point, and we
The
just
trailers,
promote.
yeah, but the trailers are useful. They're useful for example, for the creators that are our partners, like Carlos Ponce and these other people. They need the trailers more
That's good
than
for them. Yeah, absolutely. For on their posts, for their
This is
posts.
my only concern regarding redirecting viewers or audience to the full episode. Right now, your attention retention rate is about 50% that actually watch the entire trailer. Now you're going to ask the viewer to watch 15 minutes worth of video. That means that your retention might drastically decrease if we're already struggling to keep them for 40 seconds.
yeah, but Rame, by the same token, when we go to our YouTube channel, we don't want to see 5 million views of a trailer and 200 of a show of an episode.
Absolutely. I agree.
So it doesn't, the trailer is like, I wouldn't even show the trailer views to people because when they go to our freaking channel, they're gonna be like, great, you have 100,000 views on your trailer. That's 30 seconds, but you have 250 or 300 for your video. We
Subscribers.
need to
Yeah,
get,
we tried this first 13 days to go with the trailers. I think we should try to go with the full episode and see what happens. And we can change in the March.
yeah. And Javiera, I think you're also gathering data for retargeting, right? So,
Yes. So at start, we didn't retarget because we need to create audience, gather users, so the platform can reach to someone. So for YouTube, now we have enough, right, Shayla? We have enough users to retarget to. Meta is still gathering because it's lower,
yes.
but I think we can start now.
So the one benefit of having done the trailers and gathering all those people clicking it is that we've gathered a good audience for a retargeting campaign.
Yes.
So it's not been
Also,
a waste of money.
I want to mention something is that since this is kind of a new, Quest enterprise, I think that we're still under the awareness phase, getting the name Minivela out. So when people start seeing it all over again and again and
Yeah.
again, and it starts like, being on top of like just generating brand awareness and that top of mind. Oh, it's Minivela. Oh, it's Carlos Ponce. Oh, I saw this video.
I agree.
So
Yeah, from a last article that I read, you needed about 6 impressions to be able to actually turn that person into a subscriber, unless they're already a fan of this type of content, and then they just go ahead and subscribe initially.
Yeah, and we do impressions per user per day around 1.5 more, 2 at tops, because otherwise if we impress more times a day, it gets annoyed, so you lose the user.
So Javiera and Sheila, because we've talked a lot about the shortcomings, uh, what have been some of the good things that you've learned? What can we learn from other things that we might learn that you interpret of the data, the good and the bad? I know, so I think we know the bad, but anything positive?
Yeah, we know what to improve now that we are on the same path of what the main KPI is. We can make all the arrangement and the strategy and the setup and the budget arrangement allocation to go toward that main KPI. So that's the most helpful insight from this meeting is that overall what we've learned is people are liking the videos, even though it's the trailers that we've been promoted, but for 10 days, having almost more than around, if you sum all the views that we've had from all the trailers, we've had over 130,000 views. So I get that people are getting interested on the channel, on the episodes, um, and we are tracking on that. It's important to keep it going. As you said, we need to have a daily budget strong right now for the next 2, 3 weeks, and maybe slow down by the end of April, because it's competitive. The insight, it's people are engaging, people are liking it, but we need to take advantage of that, and bid higher. Why? Because the brand is new. They don't know the brand right now, and because the competition.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we buy our
Introducing
place?
the Minivela.
What was
For
that?
example,
Can
let
we
me
place,
make
can we place our spots or our commercials on other Minivela type channels? So in other words, on Real Shorts
But yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
and then also what about like Bad Bunny or any of these popular artists that have YouTube channels? Can we reach out and maybe drop some of these commercials specifically on them?
Actually, we have within the audiences that we are targeting, we added the competitors. So the ads are showing to people that are likely to follow them, or tapping for them, or interested in things they have seen or have seen the videos. So we are targeting to those users that are interested in the competitors. I think Rame or Manny, you shared me the list, right? And we added them to the strategy.
Yeah.
So how do you target? Can you show us the setup for the targeting?
We haven't set up the retargeting yet.
I'm not the retargeting, the targeting, the initial outreach.
The reach out,
Yeah, the
what
outreach.
exactly would
How
you
do you
like to
target?
know,
How do you target the ads right now?
Shay?
We have built
By interest?
in each platform we have built a specific audience. So for YouTube ads, we built an audience of people, from 18 to 55, parent, not parent, obviously that are in the US and Puerto Rico, but also that have interests in streaming services, viral videos, TikTok, Carlos Ponce, telenovela cubana, telenovela colombiana, telenovela turca, all those type of things
So
that,
YouTube lets you do that kind of targeting?
yes.
Oh, so you have access to the Google, what is it called? The GAM then, right?
To the what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's talking about Google
Google
Ad
Ad
Manager.
Manager.
No, it's can you show us the targeting dashboard? What it looks like so that
It looks
we
like, I guess.
I can show you the dashboard. Internally, our platforms, due to policy of the agency, we cannot show the
Yes.
client.
Okay.
That's why we have the dashboard.
but we're partners.
What exactly, Robert, do you like to see?
Robert,
Family.
you can ask Rodrigo and because
Uh, no,
there's
I was
Yeah.
just wondering how you slice and dice this audience, and are you doing it contextually? You say people that like Carlos Ponce, or people that go to these other types of short drama shorts.
correct.
That's
Yeah,
really exactly what we're talking about here, where we need to
yeah,
go.
they can do targeting according to interest,
Interest, yes.
region, language.
We have used
Behavior.
apps because I think one of the competitors that you sent us, they have an app.
Yeah.
We have
That was
used
the next question.
websites, we have used YouTube channels, we have used even keywords to target
Yeah,
that
yeah,
specific
yeah, yeah.
audience.
Sheila, can we use the gaming apps like crossword puzzles and
I do not recommend it because those could be wasted clicks. That's wasted money because when someone sees the the ad in the game, they click it to close it and there goes a click. And
Yeah, it's like
CTR
that.
could potentially go down and elevate the cost because a good CTR means a lower CPC, which is a lower cost per click.
Now, guys, when I was just in our YouTube page right now for looking at the results of the trailer that did very well for Love on the dating one, the dating TV show, and it has 97,000 blah 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 number of views. It shows that we gained 4 subscribers from that, just so you know, by the way. And but it also shows that it only had like 17 likes. So there's a discrepancy on the likes. This is not your fault. This is just like, the performance of the content, right? So far. Um, I I'll give you guys. Do you guys have access to our YouTube page?
As admin, no.
No.
I'm sorry, team, but
Can we give you access to it? Would that
yeah, of course, that would be great.
Rami, let's give them access to it because they need to be able to see this. For example, oh, you know what? This is weird. This is very strange. So uh
Sorry, just to interrupt. I just might have to leave like in around 2, 3 minutes
oh, no
because I
worries.
have
So
another
listen,
call.
Rami, let's give them access to the Minivela YouTube channel so that they have the same
But
access.
what are you seeing that is concerning to you?
No. I was just looking at the number of what our dashboard looks like in the background of YouTube. No, I got it. There's nothing weird. I'm seeing it, but I think it would be good for you to have access to our dashboard, our own
Okay.
dashboard for Minivela.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go ahead and email it to you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
so
Adam.
look to summarize Javiera and Sheila. Um, let's put an equal emphasis on the views that Rami gives you for let's say the new 2 views, the 2 new videos for the moment. Let's reduce the views that or the percentage that we need for the trailer. I don't know if you think the trailer is still worthwhile. Let's use the retargeting data for those 2 new minivelas. One is in English, another one's going to be in Spanish. We're going to continue to go to the robot minivela one because I think it's a stronger one. I think.
Right now we have the General Minivela trailer, the dating show, Amor Loco dating show, and Robotic Girlfriend.
No, remove the a dating show, put robotic girlfriend and the ride or die, whatever, the one that Rami is going to send you today.
Okay.
And then let's put half of the amount of dollars on getting subscribers and half on getting views for the actual mini velas, because that'll have
So
more
on
when we talk to
quick
Brian.
question on
Then
that note, right now we're at a 60-40 split, 60 YouTube, 40 Meta. Would you
Yeah.
like to split the 60-30-30 views and then 30 subscribers and
no,
then
that's up.
20 views, 20 subscribers, or you want an even 50-50 regardless of whether it's going
No,
YouTube or Meta?
let's change the percentage to a higher for YouTube. So let's
We
put
have 60% of the total budget of the month to YouTube and the 40% on Meta.
let's put I think let's change it to 70% for YouTube and 30% for Meta. I
Okay.
Unless you guys don't agree.
and then
Let's
he's saying
try, Manny.
subscribers
Let's
and
try.
views.
Yeah, and
What
then
would
split that 70%, 30, I mean 50-50.
Because the main important goal are subscribers, so I think
Yeah.
it's accurate to allocate a little bit more on YouTube.
Yeah, and then we revisit it next week and say, hey, this seems to be better or whatever. And then on our side, we have to continue to produce great content and make it sticky. And also, we have not been activating our influencers and celebrities properly to showcase the subscription things.
Yeah, we have like two options on that. One of them is if we want to use his platform, we will need to like make a campaign on his platform. The other one, it's for his team to provide us like a user list of people that they have on the platform. I don't know if they can gather or maybe audiences they've gathered in his platform and provide us the email list and we can upload it on Minivela's campaigns to retarget them.
So I know you got to jump, Javiera. So what you I want are you should we connect with Sheila and you on an ongoing basis for the day-to-day management of the campaign, or just you, or how should it?
I'm the account manager. Shayla is our specialist, the trader. I asked her to be in here just to answer some more technical questions. That is not my specialty, but in a daily basis, we can communicate. If you want to have a meeting with her and me, we can arrange it. There's no problem, whatever you need. But in a daily basis with me.
Well, I really appreciate your time, guys. I really, really do. And
No,
let's go.
we appreciate your feedback because without your feedback, we cannot make this campaign
Yeah.
successful and what you really need.
And I can tell you that there's things that we have not yet done that we will do that will improve the performance by having more support. And there's different things that we have not triggered, but we are triggering now. And Rame is day to day the main person. So Robert and I will go through Rame. Javiera, so
Okay.
you guys will be your main each other. I will occasionally ask you a question that I may ask Rame to help gather, but we really appreciate your time, and let's continue to monitor this and take care of this child.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So we are going to make all the changes in the setup and activate today.
Activate it. Yeah, let's get it going.
Okay,
Awesome.
perfect.
Rame is
Y
about.
pronto les voy a enviar también un correo electrónico con el nuevo video.
Yeah,
Así que enseguida que les llegue, you could go ahead and start implementing that one.
yeah.
Ok, acordate que necesitamos el full episode link
Okay,
y luego el file en los tamaños de meta.
got it. Perfect.
Ok,
Okay.
dale. Muchísimas
Thank you so
gracias.
much.
Un gusto conocerlos.
All right.
Igualmente, hasta luego, cuídense.
Well,
Bye.